Hey guys, so this video we're just gonna go straight into it. I know I usually do the intros, but this is a very serious topic, and y'all already know it. The video has surfaced around the entire world. I'm pretty sure people who aren't even in the United States have seen this video, but I had to come on here and just touch on a few things. I know a lot of people have discussed this and talked about it and, you know, gave their overall analysis on what they believe happened with the whole video itself when Diddy was assaulting Cassie, and also the reaction video. So I wanted to take some time to actually digest everything before I came on here. I didn't want to rush into it because I know a lot of people, you know, they release content and all of that, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna dwell on it. I'm gonna think about it. I'm going to just soak everything up before I come on here and make a video. I jotted down just a few points that we can learn from this whole situation. And I want to say to anyone who has gone through domestic violence, male or female, anyone who is going through domestic violence right now, my prayers and my thoughts are with you. Nobody knows what you go through. And people can say, oh, you can do this and that, you can get out. Nobody knows your situation like you do. You and God, y'all know. And I'm not going to sit here and try and, you know, say I've been through it. I can't empathize, but I can sympathize, because anyone who puts their hands on another person, it's really inhumane to me. And I know domestic violence is a very popular thing that happens not just here in the US, but all over the world. And I don't believe that that is the way to, quote unquote, show your love for somebody. So my heart goes out to you all. And abuse, just in general, whether it's verbal, emotional abuse, my heart goes out to you. My prayers are with you. And I genuinely pray that you seek help, that you find the help that you need, that God will send the right people in your life to help you. So I just had to get that out the way. So, lessons that we can learn from this. I believe in you reap what you sow. Some people call it karma. Some people say whatever you do is going to come right back to you. I believe in you reaping what you sow. And anyone who has ever done any evil in life, and let me just say this, sometimes for me, I'm speaking for myself, but maybe you all can relate to this. I used to think that doing the right thing was just, I'm like, man, I'm doing the right thing, but none of the stuff that I want is coming back to me. Like, you know, like you being a good person in this world, it's like your life almost sucks. And it's unpopular. Because so many people do some shady stuff in this world. I've experienced it in the workplace, just in life in general, and they normalize it. They normalize doing a little bit bad. They call it playing the game. But for me, because of the way that I was raised and what my core values are, I'm just like, doing the wrong thing, it just doesn't sit well with me. And nobody's perfect, right? I've done some messed up stuff in my life. I've done bad things in my life, but I've always come back around because I just don't like not doing the right thing. Going through life and doing the right thing, I just felt like things weren't panning out for me. But when you see people who are living corrupted lives, it seems like they have the best lives, right? They have all the money. They have everything that you should have because you're doing the right thing. But I will say, you reap what you sow. Sometimes the seeds that you place in the ground, they take a little bit longer to produce fruit, but it's going to come. And the same thing with people who do wicked things. From the outside looking in, it may seem like they have it all. They have all that you could ever want, but their time is coming. And the Bible talks about that, about not being jealous of people who do evil, because they are headed to destruction. But people who do good, your reward is coming to you. So I will say that. And not just for Diddy, but anyone in the music industry, anyone in general, whether you're in corporate America, whether you're doing business, whatever sector you are in life, if you have sown your seed doing evil, it's going to come back to you, whether it's through disease, whether it's through your children's children, whether it's like Diddy, you get embarrassed, your reputation is tarnished. You will reap what you sow. And I know we can get away with a lot of things. So many things that we do on a daily basis. Nobody knows it but us and God. But guess what? God will make sure. If you have a real relationship with God, you know what I mean. God will make sure, especially if God has called you to do things in life, it'll happen sooner than most people. But you will reap what you sow. So that's one of the lessons that we can learn from this. Second lesson that we can learn from this is domestic violence. It exists, but it's not okay. And I've heard so many people say different things. Well, she was there, she did X, Y, and Z. We don't know what she did. She got the money and blah, blah, blah. If she wanted to leave, she could have. We don't know what that young lady went through. We only know based off of the allegations, all of the things that she outlined in her lawsuit. That's pretty much it. And from people, I guess, who worked with Diddy at some point and saw all of the things that happened, whatever. But God knows the truth. And we have to understand that we can try and justify it through, oh, this could have happened, that could have happened. But domestic violence is never okay, especially a man putting his hands on a woman. A man is stronger, way stronger than a woman, okay? Now, I will say, because I have to say this as if I'm talking to my son, right? Like, if a woman puts her hands on you, you have every right to defend yourself. I'm not saying you have to smack. Even still, it's not okay for a man to kick, slap, punch a woman. A man can easily just grab you, shake you up, and just throw you down. That'll get a woman's attention. Now, some women are a little bit feistier. They like to throw stuff. They like to punch, slice, whatever, honey. You got to do what you got to do to defend yourself. I'm not saying take all of them licks or whatever is coming your way. I'm definitely not saying that. But a man does have a right, and a woman definitely has a right to defend herself. But a man taking out his anger and his frustration out on a woman, or a woman taking their frustration out on a man physically, that is not okay. And anyone who tries to justify it, anyone who tries to normalize it, you need to seek help. You have a major character flaw in your life. And be careful, guys. People who are trying to justify domestic violence, anyone who is saying, oh, we don't know what happened, blah, blah, blah. Stay away from those people. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I heard someone say he loved her. Oh, he loved her. That's why I wanted to be like, excuse me? If that's love, I'm running as far away from it as possible. Even in the Bible, and I can only talk about the Bible, y'all, because I'm a Christian. If you are of any other faith, try to see where I'm coming from with this. But even in the Bible says that love is patient, love is kind. Patience is something that is built within your character. Love is not demonstrated by emotion, okay? I know we live in a world where we say, oh, love is a feeling. It's really not. Love is so much deeper than that. Love goes past emotion. That man, just looking at the way that he hit her, it was so passionate. It almost looked like it wasn't even her that he was mad at. It's like an inner conflict that man had. I was just like, he was kicking her in the head, like almost like a child would do. You know how a child has a temper tantrum and they don't know how to act, so they just lash out. That's what I saw when I saw that video. Ladies, be careful when you are going into a relationship with a person. If they are not able to demonstrate self-control, especially and let me say this too. Don't fall for a person unless you see them when they are mad at you. It's easy for us to love a person at their best, but when they're mad, when they're angry, when they're frustrated, when they're shocked, that's when you see a person's true colors. That's when you see who that person is. So be careful. When a person shows you who they are, believe them. Stop making the excuses. Stop saying, oh, they're going through this and that, blah, blah, blah. When a person shows you who they are, believe them the first time. If you see red flags, if they are lashing out on you when you are trying to have a conversation and they are just calling you names, you see them throwing things around, leave immediately. That person is not your husband, is not your wife. And I'm speaking for men too. Stop dealing with super emotional women. Yes, I'm saying it. If a woman does not know how to display self-control as well, leave her alone. Because guess what? She has to do the work first before she can be in a committed relationship at all. Okay? Domestic violence is not okay. Ladies, it's not okay for y'all to put your hands on a man. It's not. Mushing, doing whatever, throwing things, that's not okay either. Y'all need to seek help, seek the Lord, seek whoever y'all need to seek before y'all become in relationships with people. And this is a point that's not on my list, but y'all have to stop being so hungry for fame and fortune and money. Money comes, money goes. The world that we live in now, people are getting their money from all weird sources of power, of filth, okay? If a lot of us saw the things that happen for people to get all this wealth and fame, y'all would probably throw up. It's nasty. And so many ladies, y'all want to be with men with all of this money. It's not worth it, okay? Get a man who has character. And I remember, I share this story with so many people. Bishop Bronner. I remember I was attending his church, my early 20s. And I remember him saying that it's better for you to be with an atheist with good character than be with a Christian with bad character. Now, I know many of y'all are like, what? What? I'm a Christian. How am I going to be with the atheist? Because a person with good character, God has the ability to transform their heart, has the ability to work with that person. It may take a little longer. It may take a lot of persuasion. It may take a lot of personal encounters. But a person with good character is more moldable and more driven by moral standards than a person with poor character. We live in a society where there are so many Christians with bad character. It's mind-blowing. For me, if I wasn't so solid in my faith with Jesus and what I believe, I would have walked away from the church a long time ago. But I believe in what I believe, and nobody is going to shake that or take me away from it because I know what I know. But ladies, be mindful of that. Men, be mindful of that. Look for character, because guess what? When you have character, good character, money will come to you. You ain't even got to go chase it. It'll come to you. It may take a little bit longer than this fast money, but it will come to you. And guess what? It will be more sustainable. You'll be able to have it for generations, generational wealth. That's what so many of us are saying we want, but y'all don't know how to identify the key principles to obtain it. So keep that in mind. And then finally, what we can learn from this is vengeance is the Lord's, okay? And when I say this, I mean, y'all need to mind y'all business. I'm speaking to all the Christians out there that want to justify and say, oh, God forgives him, Jesus forgives him. Yes, he forgives us all from our sins. But guess what? Consequences are real. Consequences exist. It has to happen. Y'all know that there have been things in your life that you have done, but you still have to pay for the consequences. You've asked for forgiveness. Jesus has forgiven you, but the consequences are still there. And this man, consequences are going to happen. And y'all Christians need to mind y'all business, because y'all be trying to act like you're God. Stop doing that. Y'all are not God. And when I say that, you don't know what that man has done behind closed doors. You don't. Only God does. And that's why vengeance is his. Let him handle it. Stop saying, oh, Jesus forgives him. Oh, God forgives him. Let this man. Stop trying to justify things that y'all don't know anything about. Let God do what he needs to do. You pray for him and keep it moving. Mind your business. Okay? God cares for all of us. We are his children. We all are his children. But he is a God of righteousness and justice. Everything that happens in this world, every person will give an account for their lives. And I know that may not sound like much, but we all are going to be held accountable for what we do on this earth. Every single one of us. And God is the only one who can judge us fairly, because he knows what we do. Things that aren't seen by people. So, vengeance is his. And we need to stay out of it. Yeah, again, prayers are lifted to Cassie and all the victims. I believe that justice will be served. And y'all live right, okay? My grandmother always would say that. I'm like, oh, my grandma always talking about living right. But it makes sense. Live right. We're not perfect. We all have flaws. We all have things that we need to work on. We do. But try your hardest to live right. Stay away from evil things. Because like I said, you reap what you sow. And if you're planting bad seeds, you're going to reap bad fruit. Until next time. Bye.